The world of decentralized finance, often hailed as the future of financial transactions, was once again shaken to its core on the 2nd of June, 2025. A significant security incident unfolded, targeting the Nervos Network's Force Bridge, a critical piece of infrastructure designed to facilitate interoperability between different blockchain ecosystems. Cybercriminals successfully exploited a vulnerability, making away with a staggering $3.9 million in various cryptocurrencies. This audacious attack not only resulted in substantial financial loss, but also cast a long shadow of doubt on the security measures protecting such cross-chain bridges, which are increasingly becoming prime targets for sophisticated hackers. The incident serves as a stark reminder that the promise of Web3 innovation comes with inherent risks that demand constant vigilance from developers and users alike, pushing the community to reevaluate its security paradigms. The Force Bridge, a vital component for the Nervos Network, plays a crucial role in enabling seamless transfers of digital assets. It allows users to move cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, various ERC20 tokens, and potentially even non-fungible tokens between the Nervos blockchain and other prominent networks, including Ethereum and the Binance Smart Chain. The mechanism behind its operation involves locking the original assets on the source chain, and then issuing corresponding or wrapped tokens on the Nervos CKB or Common Knowledge Base blockchain. This entire process is typically secured by a multi-signature wallet, a system requiring multiple private keys to authorize a transaction, theoretically providing a robust layer of security against unauthorized access and single points of failure, making this breach all the more concerning. The initial whispers of trouble began circulating when Cyberwise Alerts, a well-regarded blockchain security firm, flagged suspicious activity. Their systems detected an address that appeared to have illegitimately gained control over the Force Bridge, raising immediate red flags within the security community. This early warning, disseminated via a post on the social media platform X, formerly known as Twitter, was the first indication that something was seriously amiss with the bridge's operations. Following these alarming reports, MagicBase, a community developer deeply involved with the Nervos Network, took swift action. They made the prudent decision to halt all activity on the Force Bridge as a precautionary measure, effectively putting the service into lockdown while an investigation could be launched to ascertain the nature and extent of the compromise. The immediate shutdown of the Force Bridge, while necessary, sent ripples of concern throughout the Nervos user base and the broader crypto community. Users who relied on the bridge for their cross-chain transactions were left in a state of uncertainty, wondering about the safety of their funds and the future viability of the service. Such incidents invariably erode user trust, not just in the specific platform attacked, but also in the wider DeFi ecosystem. The primary concern revolved around how the attackers managed to bypass the multi-signature safeguards, and whether this was an isolated incident or indicative of a deeper, more systemic vulnerability within the bridge's architecture or operational security protocols, questions that the subsequent investigation would hopefully answer. The successful exploit was not a fleeting, opportunistic strike, but rather the culmination of a persistent and methodical effort by the attackers. According to detailed analysis provided by the security firm Hacken, the cybercriminals engaged in multiple failed attempts to breach the Force Bridge's defenses over a protracted period spanning approximately 6 hours. This prolonged engagement suggests a determined adversary, systematically probing for weaknesses and refining their attack vectors until they finally discovered a chink in the armor. Such persistence highlights the sophisticated nature of modern crypto heists, where attackers are often well-resourced and possess the technical acumen to conduct sustained campaigns against targeted systems, patiently waiting for the opportune moment to strike with maximum impact. The timeline of the attack, as pieced together by security researchers, indicates that the nefarious activities began shortly after 1:30 Coordinated Universal Time on June 2, 2025. The initial focus of the attacker was on the Force Bridge's implementation on the BNB chain. Then, in a classic reconnaissance maneuver often seen in complex cyber attacks, a small test breach was executed at around 2:23 UTC. This initial probing transaction was minute, netting the attacker a mere $25. However, its significance was far greater than its monetary value, as it likely confirmed to the attackers that their exploit method was viable, and that the system was indeed vulnerable to their approach, paving the way for the subsequent large-scale theft. With their exploit seemingly validated, the attackers waited several hours before launching their full-scale assault. The main exploit occurred at precisely 7:36 UTC. In this decisive phase of the attack, the cybercriminals managed to drain a significant amount of cryptocurrency from the bridge. The first major withdrawal involved 874 Binance coin, which, at the prevailing market rates at the time of the incident, was worth approximately $572,000. This substantial extraction from the BNB chain side of the bridge marked the point of no return, transforming the suspicious activity into a confirmed multi-million-dollar security disaster for the Nervos Network and its users, who trusted the bridge for their asset transfers. Following their success on the BNB chain, the attackers broadened their operation to target the assets held on the Ethereum side of the Force Bridge. From this pool, they siphoned off an even larger sum, estimated to be around $3 million in various Ethereum-based tokens. Coupled with the funds stolen from the BNB chain, which eventually totaled closer to $800,000 after further smaller transactions, the grand total of the heist reached a devastating $3.9 million. This comprehensive draining of assets from multiple chains connected by the bridge underscores the systemic risk posed by such interoperability solutions if their security is not impeccably maintained and continuously monitored against evolving threat landscapes. The digital plunder seized by the attackers comprised a diverse array of cryptocurrencies, reflecting the variety of assets typically transacted across the Force Bridge. Among the stolen tokens were 60,400 DAI, a popular decentralized stablecoin pegged to the US dollar. The haul also included 539 Ethereum, the native currency of the Ethereum blockchain and a cornerstone of the DeFi ecosystem. Furthermore, the attackers made off with a substantial 898,300 USD coin and 257,800 Tether, both widely used centralized stablecoins. A smaller, yet still significant amount of 0.79 wrapped Bitcoin, an ERC20 token representing Bitcoin on the Ethereum network, was also part of the loot, showcasing the bridge's utility and, unfortunately, its vulnerability. Immediately following the successful exploit, the attackers initiated sophisticated maneuvers designed to obfuscate the trail of the stolen funds and make recovery exceedingly difficult. The ill-gotten assets were rapidly channeled through various cryptocurrency mixers, with Tornado Cash being one of the prominent platforms employed for this purpose. Crypto mixers are services that pool together digital assets from multiple users and then redistribute them, effectively breaking the on-chain link between the source and destination addresses. This technique is a common tactic used by cybercriminals to launder stolen cryptocurrencies, making it challenging for blockchain analysts and law enforcement agencies to trace the funds back to the perpetrators or their ultimate destination. In addition to crypto mixers, the attackers also utilized anonymous trading platforms such as Fixed Float to further complicate the tracking process. Fixed Float allows for the quick exchange of one cryptocurrency for another without requiring stringent know-your-customer identity verification, providing another layer of anonymity. The stolen funds were meticulously split among numerous newly created cryptocurrency wallets. This distribution strategy, combined with routing the assets through multiple hops, a series of intermediate wallets and exchanges, creates a convoluted and tangled web of transactions. Each hop adds complexity, making the task of forensic blockchain analysis a painstaking and often frustrating endeavor for investigators trying to follow the money. The speed and sophistication with which the stolen assets were laundered underscore the significant challenges faced by authorities in combating crypto-related crime and recovering pilfered funds. Once digital currencies enter these anonymizing services and are dispersed across a multitude of wallets, the chances of successful retrieval diminish drastically. The attackers' adept use of these tools demonstrates a deep understanding of blockchain privacy techniques and highlights the ongoing arms race between cybercriminals and security professionals. This incident serves as yet another example of how quickly illicit gains can be made almost untraceable in the current crypto landscape, stressing the need for more advanced tracking tools and cross-jurisdictional cooperation. In the immediate aftermath of the breach, the Nervos Network team, represented by community developer Magic Base, responded by taking decisive action. They promptly announced the detection of abnormal activity on the Force Bridge and confirmed that the service had been paused as a precaution. This public acknowledgement, shared via social media, aimed to inform users and the wider community about the situation and the initial steps being taken. Magic Base further stated, "Our team is investigating, signaling the commencement of an internal review to understand the attack vector, assess the full extent of the damage, and identify any compromised components of the bridge infrastructure." Such rapid communication is crucial in maintaining some level of trust during a crisis. Security experts from firms like Hacken were quick to weigh in on the incident, offering insights into potential causes and preventative measures. Hacken, in particular, highlighted a recurring theme in Web3 exploits: failures in access control mechanisms. They stated unequivocally, "This exploit reinforces what we've been warning about for months. Access control failures are now one of the most critical threats in Web3." Their analysis suggested that the attacker's ability to make multiple attempts over a 6-hour period before succeeding should have triggered alarms. "That kind of activity should have raised immediate alarms," Hacken commented, pointing towards potential deficiencies in the bridge's real-time threat detection capabilities or its response protocols to suspicious probing. Hacken further elaborated that the attack could potentially have been mitigated or its impact significantly reduced had more robust real-time monitoring tools been in place and actively managed. Such tools are designed to detect anomalous transaction patterns, repeated failed login or access attempts, and other indicators of compromise. The fact that the attackers were able to conduct a small test breach hours before the main exploit without an immediate lockdown or heightened alert status suggests a possible gap in the security posture. This incident serves as a critical lesson for all Web3 projects, emphasizing the necessity of not only implementing strong access controls, but also continuously monitoring for and responding to any deviations from normal operational parameters. This $3.9 million heist on the Nervos Network's Force Bridge is, regrettably, not an isolated event, but part of a much broader and deeply concerning trend of increasing cryptocurrency exploits. According to data from PeckShield, another prominent blockchain security firm, the cryptocurrency industry suffered losses amounting to $244.1 million in May 2025 alone due to hacks and fraudulent schemes. While this figure represented a 39% decrease compared to the losses in April 2025, it still underscores the immense financial and security risks prevalent in the space. Each successful attack chips away at user confidence and highlights the ongoing battle between innovative Web3 developers and increasingly sophisticated cyber adversaries, making robust security practices more critical than ever.